switch router.
Yeah, we had to do something. Oh man, I caught 7 gnats with my hand.
You know
7.
what? I need to get you a pair of chopsticks, and you can be Mr. Miyagi.
Mr. Miyagi, that's right. I don't know. I can.
Oh yeah, we're good to
I
go.
think I could. All right. So continuing what we were talking about. Go through the stock.
Let's recap a little bit there. So we're talking about next week. This weekend, I'm going down to Lynn's, the charity paintball event down south on Sunday. So you guys can be down there. Hit up with me. Got some really cool stuff to show you. I'll be there about 8 o'clock. Gonna leave about 2, 3 o'clock and I head home. It's a 7-hour drive. So hope to see some of you guys out there. Jonathan can talk about the 31 days, 31 guns thing.
Yeah.
Gonna recap that a little bit.
So 31 guns, 31 days, still going on. We're going strong here. Day 6. Had a guy win from Germany today. Tomorrow is a Blizzard CPW. So it's got to come with a scope, Night Strike grip, 9-inch quad rail Riz. I mean, it's a full spectrum marker. It's great for entry level, but it's also great as an intermediate marker. First strike ready, of course. It's got a braided hose version, but you can always upgrade that later to the rear air version if you want. Coupons are still available, so you can get your $25 off coupons. We're getting close to some PTRs.
Right.
We got some custom 468s, PTR DMR on Christmas, and some other great custom markers that are going to be coming up. So we haven't even gotten to the good stuff yet, guys. So if you're looking to win possibly a really badass marker, get your coupons now before we run out. We're going to cap it off, and we're just going to be definitely auction off names and stuff. So
welcome back to episode 44 of the MFW show.
It's actually episode 45.
45.
If you count ending the last one and moving on to the next one. So
well, it's working great now. So nice, clear, crisp, no lag.
I don't know what we did. We got those little mice that run our router to run a little bit faster. We'll answer questions here in a little bit, guys. Especially regarding some of those products that you guys are referring to.
Right.
So just be patient with us. Let's get through. We got this new stock that we're going to be specifically talking to all you snipers out there. This new Sniper CPX stock. This is a fixed position. That's right. You heard that correctly. Fixed position stock with an adjustable length, shoulder pad
adjustment,
and cheek riser adjustment. But it goes flush all the way to our PTR and 468s. So for those of you who own a DMR and that are looking for that fixed position stock that doesn't really have a lot of adjustability as far as length, this is going to be a great option for you. It allows you to really adapt to multiple levels of optics that you're using, as well as length of optics. And if you're using an optimizer, it allows you to really get behind that. Why is that thing so far back?
I put it back.
Oh, okay.
So for buttstock wise, you pull it out, right? It kind of come out straight, and then you just push it forward into a stock, and that's it. So there is really nothing holding it together. Keep it tight. It is friction fit. If you guys want to make it tighter, you can add in some more material like electrical tape or something on the mil spec buffer tube. But other than that, you don't have to do anything to it. You just kind of attach on, lock into the right position with your air line, and then just kind of slide forward, and that's it. We do have a tan color on this system as well, so you can get a tan version as well, and then you can build it the way you like it. We call this the Desert Storm kind of setup. So two really nice full action system.
Speaking of auction today, I don't know if you said that, but we are auctioning off this bad boy today, starting at $100. It's a right-handed version. We're gonna keep it at the right-handed version. So
right-hand version, bolt action, DMR,
everything that you see here with that brand new stock. So we will start the auction now, starting at $100. This is the DMR version with the Gen 2 valve, so you're gonna get that really, really great consistency. This is a one-shot barrel, right?
It is one. Well, gotta have one shot.
Yeah,
barrel.
you gotta have one-shot barrel. 16-inch one-shot barrel to be exact. So I got that Tapco vertical grip here. So this is really going to be a nice assault version. You got some great length, height to your optic already on both the riser and the scope mount itself. If you want to get yourself an HHA optimizer, which I recommend, you can definitely just leave the mount itself and swap out this riser for that HHA optimizer. And this already has a rangefinder reticle, which I believe is the mil dot reticle already on there. So you're going to be able to really get those long range shots with FSR or any shape projectile with this right out of the box. And then, like I said, this stock, it's got that rubber texture. You have a locking screw here. This whole black part will come off. You have a storage container here. It'll hold beef jerky.
Oh yeah, so it's a big storage container.
1 Miller Lite and a couple of Coronas. No, I'm just kidding. But this is what we're auctioning off today. You get that brand new stock that we're going to be releasing. These are already on the site, right?
It is on the site. It's called the Sniper CXP buttstock.
Yeah, CXP.
CXP
Yeah.
buttstock.
Okay, and then
by the way, to remove this back cover, you use like a little coin. You turn it into the unlock position, and this whole assembly come right out. And adjustment, of course, there's a little dial right here. You can turn, and you can position to right shoulder distance, so you can get that shot. You maintain your
eye relief on the. Like I said, it's going to depend. If you keep this optic on it, you can actually keep this already all the way collapsed. You get just enough. You get perfect space, especially with any masks out there. I really don't see a lot of people using big bulky masks anymore. They don't even make them. Most of them are slimline anyway. So this has great eye relief already. It is remote line adapter. That's all that's compatible with this stock. So there's not a rear tank option for this, but it's an awesome little mark. You got the Reaper suppressor, that 16-inch one-shot barrel. You're gonna be able to achieve some long-range shots, and of course you got that Tapco grip that you'll be able to. That way you don't have to hold on to the handguard. This is an NSR, a Noveski NSR handguard, $120 by itself. And you get that standard on this. It is key mod, so you can add your rails or anything you want to add more to this. And this is a badass little build here. Andre Rodriguez, good to see you, my friend. He did make it up right now. You caught him. Darn it. He did make it up right this second. Good to see you, and really cool to see that announcement on MagFed Society about what they're doing. Did you see that?
What?
That it's like they're creating a series. They haven't released a lot of information yet, but it's pretty cool.
I've been running around the White House all day. haven't got to sit down yet.
You said Wi-Fi built into the stock. No, but it should.
Well,
holy shit, we should have Wi-Fi built into that stock. Then we could go live anywhere.
Put a little hotspot in there. You can go crazy.
Seriously. So update on the update on the 20-inch barrel.
Actually, I'm going down to the factory this weekend to pick up the production. So I'm hoping next when I come back Monday, or if you guys see me out there at the event at Lynn's charity event, you might be able to buy them on site. Huh?
There you go.
How do you like the sound of that?
You should like the sound of that.
So I'll be having the production I got going right now. I have 20 inches spider threaded. I have 20 inches A5 threaded, and I have 20 inches autocoupler threaded. So we have 3 different versions. And for mofo barrel, hammerhead mofo barrel, it's come out with different lengths. So after this weekend, you guys actually able to order the exact length that you want, from I would say 3 inches up to about 14 inches long. So you measure exactly to the barrel length that you want for your gun. We were able to make them customize the exact length that you need. That way, if you have a handguard and you want to recess to about right there, and you get your right muzzle brake that you need, you just go online, place the order, and just punch in the length that you want, and I'll be able to make them exact length that you need for you. So that's the next thing for the mofo that's coming out. in the coming weeks. That's the beauty of doing the that series that you can actually, because the outside we use that carbon fiber wrap on it. It's real nice and not light.
Andre, we did talk about making a 6-inch one-shot barrel. I think they want that on the East Coast.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So the shortest one we have right now is the 8. No problem. We can easily make that. That's actually it's no-brainer. And you want outside diameter going to be 7/8 outside diameter. So that way, what kind of marker are you going to put it on the 6-incher?
And it's SSR. Are you putting that? What, Andre? What marker are you putting that on?
The 6-inch.
Let's see. Let's see.
A lot of questions, guys.
I know.
You got a burst of question coming in.
Any news on the shape projectile? I don't know. You can update.
Shape projectile. We should able to start testing them in about 2 weeks before Christmas or something like that. I should be getting sample in, and we should able to test them before Christmas. And if the sample are good, we're gonna do a first preliminary production, about 20,000 units, and we'll send out to key people, ambassadors, fields, store, and then we'll get you guys' opinion. You guys think it's adequate for the industry, then we'll hit low button and we'll start turning them out. So I'm hoping that by the first quarter of 2018, there will be we can start to have games, shape projectile vent game only. So you can shoot first strike or shape or anything you want. But I think 2018 is gonna be an awesome year, especially for MFW. Yeah.
Definitely agree with that. Just not by what we're doing, but other manufacturers, you guys out there, field promoters, MagFed Society, MagFed Legion, all of our ambassador guys, and then also just other people in the industry that are doing stuff. There's a lot of evolution. People have learned a lot from 2017. I think 2017 was a very big learning year for MagFed. I think the community has matured a lot more. I think there's a lot of innovators right now. A lot of guys, Mr. Mods, that Paul Zeke making the pistol and all that. There's a lot of innovators out there, 3D printed stuff that they're really trying to push the envelope, and I think that's really great. I think the more options, the better. I don't really. I mean, before I think we thought of a lot of things as a lot of people think that there's this competitive rivalry between us as manufacturers and other ones, but honestly, the more that each of us make more products, the more options you guys as players have, and it creates diversity. And diversity is really what brings, one, a community to grow to its highest potential, and then two, it's great for the industry as a whole, because the more products that there's more opportunities for outside audience to come in and want to become a part of something that has all of that variation. So diversity, I think, is really great. We're very excited for 2018, just all around for everyone.
John Miles, I had a question for you. Since MCS manufacturing barrel now, what are your thoughts on making a line of 85 threaded freak bore barrels?
How many of you guys are actually using freak bore barrels, and how does it compare to straight rifling or rifled barrels? Is it really that much better with paintball? Because I mean, I've used a freak barrel back in the day when I had a Geo, and it gave me the best consistency. But I mean, overall, the quality of paint, I think, is really what gives you the best performance out of that specific brand of barrels. I'd love to get some feedback on that, because I don't know of very many people outside of I know a couple of Hammer 7 users that have an adapter and use the freak barrel kits. There's a couple people who have taken autococker threaded and put on Hurricanes, but I don't know if they're really using those.
John, maybe down the line, I think after I'm done with the longer length barrel, I have to go back and start doing some customized one. I think a lot of people are looking for some gold member barrels, look for some other exotic different version. I'll go back and do that. Chris Quinns and Andre, you guys look for short. Do you want exactly 6 inches or 6.5, 7?
He's putting it on like I said, his SSR, and then he is also putting it on his M5.
Yeah, the Tip X, Chris Quinn's Tip X, 6 inches a little bit short. It stick out like a quarter of an inch in the front for muzzle brake. So.
And the one shot would have threads at the end.
Exactly.
So we'd have to.
Let me know what length you're looking for exactly. 6.5 to 7. What's not, and I'll make them. Right now, I was thinking of making 6 inches, but if that's what the popular demand, you got it.
Let's see here. Need you guys to come down to Florida. Gonna get your hurricane kit. Awesome, Angelo. We do need to make it down to Florida. We actually talked about it. Looking at the calendar, we are we're at the brim right now. Every single month we are heading to an event all over the U.S. We have some trade shows and things too that are incorporated into that calendar. So it's going to be very big.
Let's recap this real quick. So January we have SHOT Show. February we have Paintball Extravaganza. March we have Dominion. April we have events in Maryland.
There's an event in Maryland. Yeah, Rondell Khan's event is in April. In May, there's 2.
May, we have 0 hours, and we have
Game.
Super Game. June, I have Oklahoma D-Day. July, we got Ion, Invasion Normandy in Pennsylvania. And August, September, and then October, and then here we are. Back over, start over again. So it's going to be one heck of a year.
Brent Masada, will you offer custom fields for field paint? When we release a shape projectile, there's going to be a like I said, when we get them in, we're going to do our testing here first, and then if we're happy and satisfied with the production from the mold, then we are going to send it out to selected few individuals that we want some feedback from, and from that point, we will then go right into orders and everything like that. But I think we really need to, we want to make sure that it meets the expectations. I mean, the price point, we're right there where we want to be. But we really want to make sure that the product performs as we intended it to, which, you know, all signs are pointed to the yes, sir.
In about 2-3 weeks, we'll know the answer, how well it performs. We'll do a couple of videos on shooting, and then before we do a sample run, like I said, we're going to do about 20,000-30,000 sample run. We'll send out a few hundred for each individual out there, field store, see how they get a first taste, and we'll go from there. 14 inches Timothy Brooks, hopefully in about 2-3 months, but we're getting the longer version in about a week or 2. So 468 PTR auction. It's actually
it's a standard 468.
468 DMR.
468 DMR, yeah.
Auction. So you got this new buttstock, the CXP buttstock, and you get your Noveski handguard and scope, and 16 inches one-shot barrel. It's actually a pretty decent setup.
Yeah, we talked about the redoing the straight rifled barrels because we had an overwhelming response of how well the straight rifling does with round ball, and it does. The barrels that we do have now, the Recon rifled, they're a little too big of bore, so we've actually talked about redoing that to smaller bores, and we were thinking about 686 to 687 to accommodate more of the paint scenarios that have that, like AG1, Valken Graffiti. I'm not sure. I don't know what bore size PSYOPs is, but I assume they're in that ballpark. But straight rifling, I mean, even with our tests here, when our paintballs back here are a little swollen, they work very, very well with straight rifling. It gives you that knuckleball effect, but they don't deviate or create any type of spin. So I'd assume that the Freak Bore does the same thing, but I just feel that just with the straight rifling, I think it does. It's going to give you that the air is going to escape straight out the sides and not allow it to spin at all, which is going to give you, I think, as long as it's bore matched and the compression's good, a lot better consistency, which is the feedback that we received. So hopefully, after we're done with this production, we thought about doing those straight riflings again, but straight rifled barrels again, but with a smaller bore, so we can accommodate for more projectiles out there.
Okay, 6 inches, one-shot barrel, A5 threaded. We'll have it in about 2 months or so. So you can mark on calendar. I'll run the production after we get the show.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
when you sign the checks over here, you just have a button and stuff gets done. Shooting at 279 with the line claw, switch to freak, back with a 686, same length shot, 265 FPS. So I don't know. We don't have any here to test, and I haven't had the opportunity to use one since I got rid of that marker years ago. Zachary Cosa will be back in New York for 0 Hour. That's a really cool field. Let's see here.
That's in May 4th.
Holy shit, we missed a lot of comments.
Well, not too much.
All right, so you guys saw the marker that we're raffling off today, or auctioning off today. It's the 468 DMR with a Noveski NSR handguard, extremely, very, very light. This is key mod with a 16-inch one-shot barrel, Reaper suppressor. We have a riser as well as another riser mount for the optic itself, and that is a 4x9 by 4 by 32.
4 by 32.
And this is an illuminated optic, so it has red and green illumination, and it is a mil-dot reticle, so you'll be able to really achieve those long-range shots. It probably needs a new 2032 battery. And then, of course, the highlight of this is the new fixed position sniper CPX stock, which is a brand new product. It's on the website right now, so you can get those. They are available, and that is a new product that we're going to be offering here.
It's a great buttstock, guys. So whoever winning this marker is actually you're going to get quite a deal. All the latest stuff built into this. Is this the one you put a new pin in there too? No different marker?
No, that
new
I don't know. I don't think that has a new pin.
Okay.
No. All right, so we're at 460 right now.
460. Well done.
Awesome. Let me see. That's the beauty of the free compatible barrel. So only one barrel needed. Swap the inserts, match whatever paint you use. Sizes vary so much from a brand to brand. Should even the batch to batch of the same brands.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly true, John. I mean, that's exactly true. That's kind of why, you know, the hammerhead barrel system is, I mean, very similar, except, you know, it's just the fin. But that rifling stays at that 687 on the lands, and you got 684 on the grooves. And most field paint that we see these days, especially MagFed grade, it's definitely in that 688 to 689, sometimes 690 bore size. So it still gives it compression, but it's the rifling that affects it too much, and then depending on its fill, you're going to get that spin, and then you're going to get deviations in trajectory there.
Right.
So, like I said, I think what we really the straight rifled barrels is going to be the ticket. We just need to, when we get the rest of this stuff out, we'll go back to the drawing board and get those out. So it's just a matter of, you know, bringing it down just a little bit more, and we'll be good. Let's see here.
Is the pistol going to look something like the PPQ? Pretty close. A little bit bigger, but it's really darn close to the PPQ.
Dusty Hatfield, question for y'all. If my scope for my DMR has a mil-dot reticle, will the drop compensation marks and a 29.5 inch?
Depends.
Are you talking about barrel? Is he talking about barrel?
I think he's talking about range.
Yeah.
So I think it's 29 feet.
29
yard.
feet?
You have to repeat the question, Dusty. Give us more details.
Dumb it down for me, and if you have a whiteboard, draw it in crayon for me so I can understand it a little bit better. Yeah. If the mil-dot reticle on here, I mean, we've used this on the scope that I used for the 104-yard shot had a mil-dot reticle on it. And it was able to, with the optimizer at the lowest point, at 0, I was still able to adjust just my aim 4 or 5 degree and still achieve an 80-yard shot, no problem. With that specific HHA optimizer, which only went to 80 yards, I did have to overcompensate again for the shot because it didn't get high enough. With the HHA optimizer, they do give you a 100-yard ribbon, but I think you have to modify it, right?
You have to, depends on your shot, right? So actually the tilt is not enough, so you may have to add a little more material to get you that compensate for the drop.
Yeah.
For what we're doing out here, when we shoot across our 100 yard back of the White House, we shoot about 100 to 120 yards, and sometimes we have to shoot above the target, like this much, or it depends on our compensation for it, and to hit the target, so you gotta kind of play around with that a little bit when you shoot.
With this configuration right now, there's no doubt in my mind that you'd be able to achieve an 85 to 90 yard shot with where it's at right now.
With ease.
With ease, no problem. Just by the reticle and making sure that it's zeroed in. I'd zero it in at 50 and then I compensate from there. This with a 16-inch barrel, I mean, like I said, everything else is dialed in on this marker. You have the new valve, you have that spiraled rifle barrel. The last thing that you're relying on is that projectile. So
and the skill.
Yeah, and the skill. The scope I have has a field of view of 29.5 feet at 100 yards. I was wondering if, with the mill dot, if you would reach a 100-yard range without the HHA. I think you could, Dusty. Honestly, I think you could.
You might have to compensate for your shot, but definitely you can. The problem with some of the scope, your range may not be far enough. Sometimes you adjust where the drop.
I want to see the 10 one too.
The drop's still going, and so you have to kind of raise up your barrel up to get that drop,
which may eliminate the target from the view.
Right.
It depends on the yardage, but like I said, with the mil.1, you should be able to still see the target at 100 yards. Like I said, 80 and 95, no doubt in my mind you could definitely do it. But you may want to look at that. Get out, put a target out at 100 yards, and really see where you're at as far as the shot specifically. But I honestly think that you could.
Desert Storm.
Yeah. This is a PTR one, though. This is not for auction.
Just to show you the different colors
The
that's
tan.
available, tan colors available. We kind of have a tan color handguard, so we built this just for the look, just for the fun of it.
Yeah. Dusty, are you shooting from your spawn? Let's see here. So yeah, we still got the auction going. We're at 480 right now with Raul Rudy Garcia.
That's a great deal at 480.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot
The
of
butt
high
stock's
parts
about
in that.
$180 for the butt stock. The barrel is like $120. DMR alone's what, $600. So if you guys looking to get a DMR sniper system, this is probably your best chance to get a great deal. Proved by this is the one that Jonathan been shooting for a while, so you know that it's great.
I've been trying to dial every marker that I've been shooting in the videos the best that I can, because we've been freaking selling them. Some of the markers I kind of just have my own collection here at the office, and when we do cool videos, I'll bring them out and shoot them. But now people have caught on, and I make one, and then they get sold really quickly. So we got that for auction. So that's a hell of a marker. We're just in the giving mood this year, this season. I mean, we're just
31 guns, 31
and 31
days.
and freaking DMRs for auction and like all this stuff. I mean, Santa Claus is pissed. He's pissed right now. But anyway, so we'll keep that going. What else we got? We're going to talk about some of the stuff we've been seeing on the internet, or
you can touch the topic and see how it goes, and we'll go from there.
Are you thinking about the same topic I am?
No.
Hold on a second. I'll be right back.
Well, Jonathan looking for something that he's looking for. You guys can keep going with the auction. Right now, top is Jacob Lopez at $490. Actually, George Ming, you just stepped up, buddy. $500. Huge shout out to MCS. Thank you, Joseph, for having us at Falcon War. That was quite fun. I was there for a few hours over at the West Coast Nero Paintball Park over there. They have a great field, huge field. There were about 30, 40 players out there that had a great time. Hopefully next event, more players can come out and enjoy that incredible field. Anthony, the field owner, is really, I mean, he's top notch. They got barbecue going on for the players. They got drinks, snack. It was one hell of an event.
Okay, so
Meradyne style launcher, not just Chris Quint. It's right now there are actually a couple of different launcher. We've been testing this one to use butane gas. That one's pretty fun. I have one in my office there. I actually like that a lot. I don't know who made that one with the butane launcher.
I think it's legit.
Yeah, I think it's legit.
We're shooting T-shirts at 300 FPS.
Yeah, that's true. So right now, our focus for project-wise, right now we just focus on the smaller one, the lighter one that we're trying to release on like a weekly basis, kind of buttstock like these, new handguard, little things that kind of help enhance the system that's currently out there. Universal, so this buttstock can work almost every gun. Basically, you just got your buttstock, and this is our universal solid remote adapter. So it's stick on any markers, has a rear air, and then just slide this buttstock over. We made this extra long right here, so this is the custom part. It's extra long. You just slide it over, and now you get yourself a remote sniper system. So it's universal. Any gun out there, it's compatible. While we have all these small projects going on, we have the key one that we're really focusing on, the shape projectiles on top of our list. I mean, that is right now our main focus to get that out, because that will lead to other projects being completed. We need to, that's about a 4, 5, almost 6 years in the making. Yeah, it's ridiculously, it takes a long time, but that is the main project we're working on right now, is the ship projectile. After that, the Hydra and the pistol will be followed right after. But we gotta knock these thing major projects, the big ones. We gotta knock them out one at a time, while these other small ones coming up. So the next market probably coming out is the Tornado. Right now, like I mentioned before, we're still making the mold for the body. Once that's done, we can start releasing a serial video that we did on R&D, why it took so long, kind of change couple geometry, design. The body went through a different iteration before we got to finalize the handguard too. So you get to see the ridiculous amount of resources and time and brain power to get it out for you. It's
really cool. I mean, we've been working on this project since, I actually, this is the first project that I've seen from start and then, now to finish. So right. It's a dedicated AK model. So it's going to be modeled after the AK-12, which is, our design is like spot on to what it actually is and the real steel version. So in my opinion, it's the most realistic AK platform that's available, because production wise. There's
some really cool AK. They saw Russia Museum or something like that. He made an AK from I think an ion core or a GOG core.
No, that guy's there's a guy on the East Coast that I met at Kilo 69. His name's Operator on Instagram. I forgot. He gave me his card.
Right.
He makes some freaking badass AKs. All AK stuff. All really? Different types of AKs. The AK-12 is actually the only one that he said he didn't touch yet. Okay. But
no, he built AK-12. They think it's a Russia. It's a
Russian guy. It might be a different guy, but there's a guy here in the States that does them.
Really?
He uses he was using GOG core, and then he also used an ion core, I think, too. So I think Andre, if you're still watching, you know of him. He and the guys over at Liberty Warlords know him too. So I give you his card. He's the one that runs a 3D printing business.
Oh yeah,
that guy.
Okay.
He makes all AKs.
Okay.
So he uses our Helix for them too.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Just kind of make the idea behind that, able to make these different configuration and different kind of setup. Like I said, the AK-12 will probably the single AK production. So you have some R4 system out there, but it's also work as a conversion kit for the Tippmann X-Men Classic. Well, I know there are over 1 million of those markers somewhere in a closet somewhere. I'm going to bring those markers back into circulation. Yeah.
There we go.
Get more players out.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. Yeah. This the whole design is it has some innovation. It has some new technology, which is really cool. So that'll be a great first of its kind marker. And that's
charging handle. Yeah, charging handle is ambidextrous, so you can actually punch through the body and you can change your charging handle from left to right. Like I said, I did a video on that. We'll we're gonna release it. Maybe
It's a documentary series.
It's like about 5-6 different videos.
True life. We have a problem with ManFed. That's what it is. Let's see here. Timothy Brooks. Will the 468 PTR make a 100-yard shot if turned into a sniper setup with right barrel, bore size, and sight? I absolutely think that it is possible. Like I said, with the valve matched in with the PTR where it's already at. Same thing with the DMR, the PTR DMR. We'll release the 468 standard version later on. But with where the valve is at, the consistency is right up to par. The only two other things that you really need to pay attention to is the barrel and, of course, the projectiles. If you're using the right barrel, I think you can honestly, definitely at 280 FPS, we did it with the DMR, you can definitely achieve a shot of 100 yards or more. You just have to, I mean, a lot of things come into play. I mean, you got weather and all that stuff.
Skill has to do a lot.
Skill has a lot to do with it. So, but it's definitely possible, no doubt in my mind.
Most of the time, it's just mid-range, guys. If you're doing like a semi-system, if you're able to take a shot like 80 yards, that's ungodly, you know, for paintball. Back in the days when we shoot round balls, come on, right? If you shoot like 100 feet, that's only what, 30 yards. That's great already. Now you're talking about double that range, 200 feet, 250 feet. That's ungodly from you compare to back in the days where you just shoot round balls. So you're pushing the envelope there. Of course, a dead kit platform, you know, you're totally different. But as far as that goes, that's crazy.
I still get people that come in and be like, "Yeah, I want a marker that's going to shoot a paintball 300 feet at a human-sized target," and I kind of go silent on the phone there. Yeah. I don't know what is going to be able to do that, and it's not really that possible. But you know, there's still people out there who think that there's 200-yard shot markers at field legal limit that are. I've never seen one, but
you can definitely do one, but definitely not field legal limit.
But yeah, so auction. We'll go ahead. Where it's oh Jesus, 6 o'clock already. We started late today. Yeah, we'll do what, 5 more minutes?
Let's do 10 more minutes. 6:10. Okay. We'll end the auction at 6:10, and then right now it's $500. Ming, George Ming Shi. He has the highest bid for $500. So you guys will beat him.
What a steal!
It is a steal. The butt stock alone is like almost $200 for the butt stock.
I'm filing a police report. Oh man!
Yeah, we definitely Rick. Is that what his name was? Yeah, Ricky. Ricky definitely we need more AK platform. Right, like I said, right now there's really no production AK platform. You can get the tackable wood kit, the butt stock and the handguard. You can build your Vortex, your Blizzard, your different markers into the AK, but not dedicated, built from the ground up.
Felix Gonzalez, I'm laughing at your comment because I'm not kidding you. Like some of the calls that we get, like Val will have to put him on hold and be like, "Do you want to talk to this guy and explain to him a little bit about what realistic expectations are with paintball?" I mean, we've had people, come in and be like, "Oh, I want the most badass 98 custom you can build me," and then they tell us, "Well, why do you want a 98 custom?" And they're like, "Because I want to shoot 400 feet." And we're like, I think you got your guns mixed up. I think you're thinking of something else. Right. You want 98 guns maybe or something like that? But yeah, we get some funny calls about certain
all
things
day long. It's kind of, sometimes we don't know where to put our brains in.
I don't know. Sometimes we got to come back to reality, Let's talk about the PPQ real quick.
PPQ.
Somebody asked earlier what our thoughts were on the FSC. I think it's a great pistol. I honestly, I like, truthfully, from personal standpoint, and then non-biased because I work for MCS, but I think it's a great pistol. I think it's a great option. I have a few quarrels with it though, with the 8 gram and then only the 6-round magazine. I wish they would have left it, but I heard that there are plans to release extended magazines, which is cool. I saw one from Sage Honey.
But it can use the
T8.1
mags.
Yeah,
so unless it extended out to, like, say, a 10 rounder or 12.
which is cool.
Yeah.
I think that's a great option. And then I also, I believe it only has a 3-inch barrel. I don't know what the max range wood is because the only videos that I've seen, they're all very close, like 25 or 30 feet. We shot the PPQ at 35 feet, and I thought that was, I don't think it would have hit anything farther after that. At the target I was shooting at a human-sized target, I may have been able to hit it at 50 feet, maybe 3 times out of the 8 rounds. So, I mean, like I said, from a secondary standpoint, which is what the PPQ is, to where the FSC is, where they are marketing it for a primary for guys out there that want to run pistols.
Right.
You can do that. With a 6-round clip, I don't see how that would be a primary. And then, like I said, the 8-gram CO2, they're not easy for us to obtain here. Like I've had, I've asked, like, where do you find those? And they're like, Walmart. Well, they don't have them at our Walmart right here, and I've never really seen those like available. So I've seen they are on Amazon, but that's also like another burden you have to purchase.
Right.
But I think it's a great option for guys out there that want a secondary. I think the secondary aspect of this industry has been so vacant with just 2 options for a long time that now there's finally some stuff out there. If the PPQ is 43 cal. It's probably the most realistic on the market, but not everyone's going to allow 43 cal.
That's true.
Velocity can't be adjusted. We are working on that right now. I finally took apart one today, and it's actually a lot easier than I thought. I mean, compared to the APS, wow. I didn't want to blow my brains out. I'll just say that. It was actually very easy to take apart. Maintenance on that, there's been a lot of people asking about that, so I wanted to just touch on that for a second. Everything that really needs maintenance is in the magazine. There's nothing in the body, essentially, that's going to require any sort of maintenance.
If you need to take the body apart, you're going to have to replace the part.
Yeah, that's the only reason why you would really need to take it down
broken,
that far.
Something jam broken, or something just kind of, that's it. You got to replace something. So when it happens, it's time.
Yeah, I mean,
it's pretty well made. We took it apart. Most of the components are either made of steel or made of some really high grade alloy.
They separated it into 3 major components, which was great because you can remove all 3 major components and then take down the component that you're trying to get into. But like I said, you do not need to take apart the upper receiver. And if you do take it apart, because there are videos on the internet, I couldn't find any, but someone said that there was, you're not going to void the warranty. I don't know where that information got released to, or who said that. You're not going to void the warranty. I've spoken to Umarex multiple times. I'm in communication with them almost weekly. And I can call them and ask them any questions that we don't have the answers to.
Right.
You do not get a manual, which is another thing that people have asked.
They do get a manual.
Where?
It's in the case under the phone.
Oh, it's under the phone?
Oh, yeah, it's on the phone.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I've never even looked under there.
There is a manual under
Okay, so you do get a you do get a manual.
You do get
Holy
a manual.
smokes. I never even looked under there. Holy shit.
Yeah.
All right, so you do get a manual.
Top cover foam, you take it out, boom, right there. It's a real thin manual, but it's there. It covers all the basic information for you.
Okay, and then there are rebuild kits and parts that are going to be available here after the first of the year.
So far, I mean, enough said on the PPQ. So far, it's a solid product. It's been out for almost 2 months now. We have like zero. I mean, every unit that's been shipped never came back. Nor we get any phone calls saying whatever. That's almost unheard of.
I haven't got any issues with it. I got one call.
No, we've been selling paintball for a long time. We sell Tipman, Tip X, 98, 85, and the track record of these PPQ are far greater than even the Tipman stuff. The SFC, FSC. In my opinion, I think you guys should give it a check. Go to a field.
Yeah, use one. Definitely.
Use one. Definitely use. Don't beat it down until you get a check one. But you guys, Jonathan was right about the size, about the usability. I think you'd be better off just getting a T1 or a T9 or something like that.
From a player perspective,
yeah.
the price has got me.
Right.
That's, in my opinion, as a player, that's a very high price to buy a secondary. I mean, I could buy a complete marker. That is the same price of a Milsig gun, $350. So I mean, but for 68 cal, it's the smallest and now the most probably reliable outside of as far as its size in the 68 cal realm. So for 68 cal options, I definitely, if I was going to do it, I would get that pistol, just because of how small it is. I also saw that Ghost Skull, which is Doug Logan, his Kydex, he's making one for it. Looked really, really cool. So
I saw that.
there will be some Kydex options, which is great. It's still a little bit bulkier than I would like, but like I said, for 68 cal, that's the option that I would go for, hands down.
Togashi, on the TCR, I would suggest getting the Tip-X instead of the TCR for the price of the $350. Tip-X is only $220. Shoot about the same. Just if you get a longer barrel on the Tip-X, you can shoot just as good as just the performance be the same as the TCR, and you save a lot of money. Magazine is the same. Use the same type of magazine. More than likely, you can use a remote line anyway. You can get a kit for $25, and you put in your Tip-X, and then you can. That's only about around your $250, and you have a more compact unit, and performance is actually easier to work with. If you have a brake serviceability on the Tip-X, couple different screws come right out. On the TCR, you have a brake, it's inside the chamber. It's hard to get into. I mean, it's a much harder marker to service, and performance. You look for both performance and price. The Tip-X would be a better purchase.
All right, guys, we got 2 minutes left on the auction. It's a 468 DMR with the new buttstock here. It's a fixed position buttstock. You get the scope, the riser, the NSR Noveski handguard, the Tapco vertical grip in tan, one shot, 16-inch barrel, and then the Reaper suppressor. So it's got the new Gen 2 valve in it, so it's going to be very, very consistent. Right out of the box with FSR. This thing's ready to go. All you gotta need to do is take your tank and your line and air it up, and it's gonna be ready to go. So we're at 608 right now. When it's 610 for us, we're gonna cut it off. We're at 520 with Felix Gonzalez, so we'll move on with that. So other than that, guys, like I said, I like the FSC. I think for 68 cal, it's the go-to. That's about it. If you want a more cost-effective or another option, but 43 cal in your field allows it, then go with the 43 cal. I mean, $179, and it's as a secondary platform, it's going to do the job for you.
And if you use ambassador code, you get 10% off.
Oh yeah,
ambassador find them. Code. There you go. A couple on the page right here, so find them. And if you don't know which one, you go to our ambassador page on our site, and you can contact them directly and ask them for the code. So I can hook you up.
Yeah, there's a bunch of ambassadors in here watching, so
I can't say which ones. I have to name all of you guys, and then I'll favor one over the other. But you can find the ambassador at on the site. You go under resources. Under about and the ambassadors, and you can find them there, and then the list of them, and you can contact and ask for the code, and you get.
Someone asked about the universal guide rod. What stops it from spinning? It pressurizes to the rear of the marker, so it ain't gonna go anywhere. That's about, like I said, about 800 pounds of pressure on that fitting. So as soon as the air pressurizes into the marker, it's gonna hold it in place for you. So you'll be good to go. All right.
610. George,
saved by the buzzer. George Ming Shi, you got it, my friend. Congratulations. $600.
This is like a $900 or $1,000 rifle right here. So you just got an excellent deal.
Chris Quince, that would be Timothy Brooks, and yeah, I think you're talking about Timothy Brooks. I don't know. I think they all work with kids. Dusty Hatfield does. I mean, everyone's working with kids somehow. Other than that, George, go ahead and message us, and we'll get you the invoice sent over, and we'll get you shipping and everything. You'll be good to go. So congratulations, my friend. You will love this. 31 Guns in 31 Days continues tomorrow. We have a Blizzard CPW, so if you got your tickets, check the Facebook page. We'll be going live here in the morning. What else do we have? That's pretty much it. We got some new stuff coming for you next week. I'm pretty excited about. I wanted to show you today. KT had to pull the reins back. I got a little overexcited. But we'll have that for you guys next week, so we're excited to do that.
Right.
We'll keep you guys updated on the big projects.
Right.
Trust me. Me and KT are just as excited as you are. We've been, we go to the back to the shipping and receiving area every day. So we will keep you guys updated. We will always keep you guys in the loop. That's what the point of this show is. But if you guys ever have any questions, you can always reach out to me or him.
Yeah.
We're available in the chat. We're available on
message
Facebook.
us on Facebook, chat, email us. We'll take care of you guys. Any problem you have. Double barrel shotgun. I think there's somebody designing that right now. Hopefully he gets somebody to make it for him.
Mr. Mods is doing that.
Mr. Mods? Good.
He's using the Goblin. He's using basically the same shells as the Goblin will use.
Okay.
So I don't know how far he is into that project. He said something about, I read his post about it finishing testing. So it'll be cool to have that.
Adam Tisto didn't come this year. Actually gonna talk to Omar right after the show to see where he's at. I know Omar's pretty busy. He gets some other project. He has his own thing going on. But I'm staying on him to get the final push to get it out. Like I said, I'm more focused lately. In the last 6 months, I'm more focused on... I took the project, the ship projectile under my wing, and I've been working on it for the last 6 months to get it out. So we're almost done. I want to get it out first. Completely get in production, get it out there, and then I'll focus on the next project, help Omar out a little bit. I know Omar been working on a ship projectile for a while, and it got stuck with him, so now it's in my hands. It's in good hands. So
Javier, message me about the pin. Message me. I saw your thing earlier. I forgot about it. Message me earlier, and I'll take care of that for you. Henry, good to see you, my friend. Outside the box, I'll be in touch.
Yeah, message us, Dusty. Just Facebook us or give us a shout. Yeah.
George, you had to talk to your wife before you pay for this. Oh man. We never see that. We never see that be successful. You might want to wake her up now so she doesn't ruin her day with that.
If you don't keep the marker, you can just part the buttstock, part the barrel and handguard. You just part this thing and chop it up, and you two can get your money back. Tell her that's a good investment.
Preston Swayze, the conversion kit for the Tornado. It's currently in the mold process, so we're waiting for the first batch from the mold to make sure that everything looks good, it functions correctly, and then we're looking to release first quarter, right?
First quarter. So right now what they're doing, they're taking a big block of stainless steel, and then they start cutting the geometry of the body into the cavity of that block. They have to do both sides, left and right, and outside cavity and inside cavity. Once they're done, they put the block together, they inject alloy in between the cavity. So that's a process. It takes time to machine the cavity just right. So it's getting there. Like I said, the drawing's done, design's done. We just need to have that mold completed, and we'll be set.
Dusty, good advice. Pay now, tell her it was a dream. Tell her you have a drinking problem and you need to see a psychologist about impulsive spending. It's a real thing, impulsive spending. They did a series on the news for all these people during the holiday season. They just start just uncontrollably throwing their debit card and credit card in machines. I don't know how that's realistic, but it's something that's out there. So other than that, that's all I got for you guys today.
That's it.
Well, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for your support every single week. We had some new viewers today. Ronnie, George Bing Shi, all you guys, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you guys next week, and we'll see you live for the rest of the month, every day, for the 31 Guns in 31 Days.
We'll have a series for you next week, too. That's a set of markers that Jonathan built. We're going to release this week, but we thought it would be too much for 1 week. So next week we have a series of markers that we're releasing. So check it out. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next week.